Well, Valentine's Day is coming up and I'm sure you are looking for amazing outfit ideas. And I'm here to tell you that you can be sexy and classy at the same time. And in fact, you should be, okay? You don't have to take things over the top in order to feel confident and sexy and beautiful. And I'm here to share you pictures. I'm gonna show you amazing pictures of how you can do both. And hello, my name is Karina. Welcome to my channel where I talk about money, women, and power. Subscribe down below for videos multiple times a week about how you can become the best version of yourself. Look the best, feel the best, and bring in the cash. Videos about those topics. Subscribe and hit the like and the notification bell. Okay. So how can we be classy and sexy at the same time? That is very, very possible without revealing too much skin. Because when we reveal too much, we become too much. And that's very deterring for everyone. It looks like we're trying to seek attention and it just looks off. I mean, I know that you've seen those people around, or maybe we've all done it, you know, when we just go a little extra and it just begins to lose our class. But if we look good, we can still be sexy, okay? So I'm gonna give you some guidelines and also show you some pictures to use as inspiration for when you are shopping for your sexy outfits that are still classy, because that is what we are all about. We're empowering women, and to be sexy, we have to be classy too. We can't just be over the top, okay? We really cannot be. Okay, so let's cover the basics. What is over the top? What is too much, okay? If you pay attention, okay, you can be very extravagant and very well put together and be very appealing without going over the top. You don't want to look like a call girl, okay? And that means when you're showing something or flaunting something, you don't want to show too much of everything you have. So if you're showing cleavage, you don't want to be showing your midriff and legs, okay? If you're showing your midriff, you also don't want to be showing cleavage and in a mini skirt. And if you're showing a lot of leg, you also don't want to couple that with cleavage and the midriff, okay? I'm not telling you to dress like a nun by any means. I think a lady can be classy and elegant and sexy at the same time. So that doesn't mean you have to cover everything up, but it definitely means you have to be selective about what you do. You can't just be loud and screaming and everything, because that's really just going to give the wrong impression to people. And it's going to look like you are trying to seek too much validation, and that it also shows almost a lack of confidence, that the only way for you to stand out is by showing as much flesh as possible, and that's not true, okay? So how do you look elegant and sexy at the same time? You have to think about your figure. What type of figure are you, and what is going to complement you? What vibe are you going for? And I'm gonna share a few examples with you. So obviously the basics is the dress, then you can go with a top and a pair of pants, and also a top and a pair of skirts. A skirt, right? So if you're going for the dress type, there's definitely things to consider. What asset are you showing off? Is it your cleavage? Is it your midriff? Is it your leg? Pick one or the other. Don't pick all of them like I mentioned earlier, okay? If you are showing off your cleavage, then just go with a nice dress that could be long or maybe just a normal length. It could be tight, whatever, but just don't have it be super short and have your midriff showing, any weird cutouts or anything. Another option is when you can just wear a body hugging dress that shows your entire figure without actually showing any skin. I think these look super classy and I think it's great. And also if you have a little bit of something extra, you can always wear Spanx to cover that up, and that will make you look more fitted and toned and put together. Then of course, if you're keeping your figure in mind, you can just go with some kind of nice top and nice pair of pants. I personally don't like jeans too much. I don't think they look very to me, they're very uncomfortable, first off, and they're not too stylish. I just don't know. It's very hard for me to style a pair of jeans with something and feel kind of like stylish. I just feel they're a little bit too casual, especially if you're considering date night or Valentine's Day, unless you're doing something super casual. But these ideas are more for nighttime. So if you do have a nice pair of pants, whether they're high-waisted, maybe you can go for the cleavage or the midriff look, or a nice silky top, a nice turtleneck. I am always a huge fan of turtlenecks. I think they look very classy and very stylish. You can also wear a like a skirt with a top, and also keep your figure in mind when you do that. If you want to show your legs, there are also a few options for you. I do like short dresses, but you don't want to go over the top where it just looks like if you make any wrong move, everything is revealed. I do love the dresses with the slit on one of the sides, so they're still long, but you still have a leg, and I think that makes it look very, very classy, as opposed to just wearing a booty short dress that looks like a clubbing dress that's extremely uncomfortable and then you have to pull down. A lot of the times with dresses, they could be very sexy and they don't even have to be tight fitting, so that's another option for you. You can have a dress that just is very flattering on you, but it's not super skin tight, but it still looks classy and elegant and sexy and high quality, and then you can also play up your features like your makeup and your hair, and you are going to look so good. If you're going for kind of the trendy casual look that we talked about, maybe with a skirt and a top or pants and a top, again, pick an asset to focus. If you're covering your legs and maybe wearing something like a crop top, just really take it into account and make sure that it doesn't look like you just are putting on something that's like made out of cotton or some cheapy material, that it looks like a high-end top with a nice pair of pants that's kind of simple but trendy at the same time. Same goes for skirts and the top. You don't want to, if you're wearing like a two-piece with a skirt and a top, you don't want the skirt to be super short, the midriff showing and the cleavage showing. That's just too much, and I think that is like borderline Vegas party scene as opposed to like a classy dinner date. Okay, we're not going for that vibe. This is one I really like a lot too, and that is being sexy by showing your back. So there's a lot of dresses that are very flattering and they show your back, or a t-shirt, not a t-shirt, or a top that is very like elegant looking in the front, and then it's very classy and tastefully displays your back, and you can wear that in a dress form, whether it's a long dress or even kind of like above the knee dress. It doesn't have to be super long, could be kind of like relatively short, but like again, like I mentioned, not like a booty dress, or even pants and a top, or skirt and a top that shows your back. I think that looks quite very elegant, and I think it's underrated too. I don't see it a lot I don't actually see it a lot in public, but I am a fan of like backless dresses and backless tops. I think that can look quite elegant if they are styled correctly. And the last thing is really showing off the article of clothing you are wearing, and not necessarily your body too much. Like I said, it doesn't have to be tight fitting. You don't even have to be expressing like any of your flesh, but it's just the kind of the attire itself. I love dresses that are silky and these types of materials and this type of vibe. I think they look super classy. It makes me think that you are in some luxurious palace in France, somewhere in Europe, drinking a nice glass of wine with your loved one, with roses, for example. And I think I just love that type of style, and again, it doesn't have to be anything provocative for it to look good. And that's what I love about trends and certain outfits, is that if you really style them correctly, if you really wear them correctly and think about the assets you have that you want to show, if you have a large bust, for example, you can show that off without looking too much. And you just really want to pick what is your target area that you feel confident showing, and show that one area. You don't want to go over the top and just show everything that you have, because that doesn't put you in the best light. Just pick a few things, or whether it's a new dress that you want to show off and it's just kind of simple, but make sure that these items are high quality and they don't look like they were bought from some weird like site that makes $5 dresses, right? You don't have to break the bank to get a nice outfit, but you have to just stay away from like the cheesy and even like trashy looking vibes that are kind of what for some reason is kind of popular. You really want to you know, of course, there's every types of human being. This channel is specifically for those who want to elevate themselves and present them in a better light. And I think dressing is a very, very huge component of that. So you really want to stay away from clothing and fabrics that look really cheap and inexpensive, and go towards more the elegant side of things that don't even necessarily have to be expensive to purchase, but you can look expensive and look tasteful and look classy and sexy at the same time. So actually let me know your Valentine's Day plans below, and your type of outfit, your perfect outfit and your perfect date, maybe one of those. Your plans, your outfit, or your date down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you in my next video.